Hello and welcome to the AI with Arun show. In this episode, we are here to talk about a significant development in the world of AI. On August 5th, 2025, OpenAI made a pivotal announcement releasing its first open weight models since 2019. For those unfamiliar with the term, an open weight model means that OpenAI is making the core components, the brains of the AI, publicly available. This allows developers, researchers, and even hobbyists to build upon, modify, and run these models themselves. Now, this is a major step towards making a powerful AI more accessible to everyone. The two new models are called GPT-OSS 120B and GPT-OSS 20B, and they were released under the Apache 2.0 license. So let's meet the two new models that are making waves. First, we have GPT-OSS 120B. The 120B refers to its approximately 117 billion parameters. Now think of parameters as the individual pieces of knowledge and skills the model has learned. In simple terms, more parameters means a very or a more powerful and knowledgeable model. This larger model is a powerhouse, achieving performance that is nearly on par with OpenAI's O4 mini model. Next, in its smaller, more nimble sibling, the GPT-OSS 20B, which has around 21 billion parameters. Its performance is comparable to the O3 mini model. Now, both of these models share some impressive underlying technology. They have a massive 128,000 token context window, which means they can read and process a huge amount of information at once, roughly the size of a 300-page book. They also use what's called a mixture of experts or MOE architecture and a special type of compression called MXFP4 quantization to stay efficient. We'll touch on what that means a little later. Now, let's talk about what these models can actually do, particularly the larger 120B model. The performance is truly impressive. On a benchmark called AIME 2024, which basically tests advanced mathematical problem solving, it scores an incredible 96.6%. For you coders out there, it achieved a Codeforces Elo rating of 2622, which is a very high competitive programming rank, showcasing its exceptional coding and problem solving abilities. And on GPQA Diamond, which is a benchmark designed to be extremely difficult for even the most advanced AI, it scored 80.1%, proving it can handle graduate level questions with high accuracy. So, what makes this release so exciting is not just the power, but the accessibility. The smaller model, GPT-OSS 20B, has remarkably low hardware needs. It can run on systems with a minimum of just 16 GB of RAM. This means it can even run on modern MacBooks. In fact, on an M4 Pro chip, it can generate text at a speedy 33 tokens per second. The larger 120B model naturally needs more power, requiring a GPU with 80 GB of VRAM for optimal performance on a single card, like an NVIDIA H100. However, it also has multi-GPU support, and AMD has already announced day zero support for its consumer processors, which is a fantastic news for the broadening access. Of course, as we have said earlier, with great power comes great responsibility. OpenAI has put a strong emphasis on safety with this release. They have applied their preparedness framework, which involves extensive evaluation and adversarial testing to understand and mitigate potential risks before release. Furthermore, the models include built in safety measures. This includes filtering out sensitive data related to chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear threats, and programming the models to refuse to generate harmful content. So, why is OpenAI doing this now? There are a few strategic drivers. First, there is the element of competitive pressure. This move is seen as a direct response to other powerful open source models emerging globally, such as DeepSeek R1 from China. Second, it's about market positioning. By providing these models, OpenAI is helping to establish US-led rails for the global AI infrastructure, setting a standard for how these powerful systems are built and deployed. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, this is about fostering a vibrant developer ecosystem. By offering affordable and highly customizable AI solutions, OpenAI is empowering developers everywhere to innovate. Let's ground this in what it means for real-world use cases. We are going to see a leap in agentic workflows. This means more capable AI assistants that can perform complex tasks like calling functions, browsing the web for live information, and even executing code to solve problems. For businesses, this is a game changer for enterprise applications. Companies can now deploy these models locally on their own hardware, fine tune them with their own private data, and do it all in a very cost effective way. And for academic and research communities, these models will accelerate research and development by enabling rapid prototyping and new avenues of exploration. One of the most disruptive aspects of this release is the economic advantage it offers. The cost is incredibly competitive. To put it in perspective, running these models can be as low as 1/100th the cost of using a comparable closed source model like Claude 3. Let's look at the numbers. The powerful GPT-120B costs just $0.15 or 15 cents per million tokens and 75 cents per million token output. A token is a piece of a word, so a million tokens is a massive amount of text. The smaller, more efficient GPT-OSS 20B is even cheaper at just 10 cents for input and 50 cents for output per million tokens. This release also brings some key technical innovations to the forefront. We mentioned quantization earlier. The models use a native MX FP4 quantization format. In simple terms, this is a highly efficient compression technique. It significantly reduces the amount of memory the models need, which is what helps them run on more accessible hardware, all while maintaining high performance. OpenAI also introduced the Harmony response format. This is a standardized way for the model to deliver its answers, and it comes with open source tools to render the output. This will make it much easier for developers to get different AI tools and applications to work together seamlessly. Looking ahead, the implications of this release are profound. First, it validates and adds tremendous momentum to the open source ecosystem. It shows a commitment from a major player that the future of AI development is collaborative. This leads to the true democratization of AI. By lowering the barriers to entry, it allows smaller organizations, startups, and university labs to work with state of the art technology that was previously out of reach. And finally, this will undoubtedly spur infrastructure competition. As more people and companies start running their own powerful AI models, it will intensify competition among the cloud providers and hardware manufacturers to offer the best, most efficient, and most affordable solutions. Thank you for your time. This is an exciting moment for AI, and the release of GPT-OSS promises to unlock a new wave of innovation and accessibility for everyone. Like, share, subscribe, and support our work by joining us as a member.